Now, here I am with a new topic of mathematics. Before going to the topic, I am asking a question to you. Here I am drawing a triangle. What is this one? This is a triangle. I can name this triangle, that is A, B, C. Now it is a triangle. If I will draw one more drawing over here like this, then what it is known as? It is a right angled triangle. Right angled at B. Now, question is this: if I want to know about AB with respect to AC and BC, that is quite easy. For example, if this is 5 centimeter and this side is 3 centimeter, if I want to know about the AB, it's quite comfortable for you. AB square is equal to AC square minus BC square. That you studied already there at your 7th standard. This is called the Pythagoras theorem. Are you clear, everybody? Pythagoras theorem is not a matter for us now. Now we are going to study the topic according to 10th standard. Here AB you can find, BC you can find, AC you can find, whatever may be the thing, you are quite comfortable because this is 3 centimeter, this is 5 centimeter, and what is AB? By this you can find out. BC square, AC square is 5 square minus 3 square, that is 25 minus 9, that is equal to 16. So AB is equal to root of 16, that is equal to 4 centimeter. 4 centimeter. Now here the matter is this one. Now you are standing besides Qutub Minar. See, Qutub Minar. You are standing here at Qutub Minar. Nearby Qutub Minar. You want to come to know about the height of Qutub Minar from here to here, the distance of Qutub Minar. You don't have anything to measure. You cannot measure it very easily, but you have to come to know about it. You know how much far away from you from Qutub Minar, from here to here, this distance you are knowing. So, without measuring the height of Qutub Minar, what will be the height of Qutub Minar? If you want to say, that can be possible by the use of a branch of mathematics that is called trigonometry. See, without measuring anything, if you want to find the height, if you want to find the depth, if you want to find the length, that can be easily possible by the use of trigonometry. So today's our topic is trigonometry. This is of class 10, lesson 8. Trigonometry. What is this trigonometry? We are going to know about the term trigonometry. We can divide this trigonometry into 3 parts. One is trie, T-R-I, trie. The next it is G-O-N, gone. The next it is metron, metron. These 3 terms group together to form trigonometry. This is a Greek word. Trie means 3. Trie means 3, gone means size, and metron means measure. So, 3-sided figures measurements, that relations that we are studying by the use of trigonometry. Nothing else is there in trigonometry. Here, the angle. See, here it is Qutub Minar and you are standing over here. This distance you are knowing. And if you know the angle of elevation, if you know this angle, with the relation of angle and the side, we can find out the height of this Qutub Minar. So that relationship that can be expressed in the form of ratios. That ratios are called trigonometrical ratios. So, angle and sides connected together with certain ratios, that ratios are called trigonometrical ratios. And that ratios are having certain relations, having certain values. That values, that relations, that rules, what that is called trigonometrical identities. Trigonometrical identities. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to study about these ratios and identities very easily. See, this is a right angled triangle. Once more, I will draw you in front of you. One right angled triangle like this. Here, the right angle, that B, angle A, angle C, and the largest sides opposite to B, that is called hypotenuse. And if you will consider the angle C as theta, then the side opposite to theta, that is called the opposite side. Then side adjacent to theta, that is called adjacent side. See, opposite sides, there is any common vertex with C. And adjacent side, there is a common vertex at C and the adjacent side. Angle and the adjacent side has a common point, that is at C. That is the difference between opposite and adjacent. With this opposite, adjacent and hypotenuse and angles, many ratios we can develop. Many identities we can develop. That is the study of trigonometry. So first, there are six ratios over here. The six ratios are named sine, then cosine, then tangent, then cosecant, then secant, then cotangent. So these are the six ratios which we are going to study with the help of this triangle. First three and the second three we can group together, because from its rules it is just opposite of each other. That is why we are grouping according to its definition and according to its rules. You will come to know about later. First of all, sine. Sine, its definition is this: sine should be the ratio of opposite sides divided by hypotenuse. So here the opposite side is AB, that is why this is AB by AC. AB by AC. Opposite side is AB and the hypotenuse AC, that is why it is AB by AC. Similarly, cosine, its definition is this one: adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Here angle theta, its adjacent side is equal to BC, so it is of BC divided by AC. And here the tangent, that is opposite side divided by adjacent side. Opposite side divided by adjacent side. So opposite side divided by adjacent side. Opposite side is equal to AB and adjacent side is BC. That is why AB by BC. So you got the first three cases over here. Now the next is cosecant. Cosecant is hypotenuse divided by opposite side. Just its reverse. So what we can say that this is 1 by sin theta. 1 by sin theta. Just opposite of sine is cosecant. That is opposite side by hypotenuse. That is AC by AB. Similarly, secant also. That is just opposite of cosine. That is 1 by cos theta. Similarly, cotangent, that is cot, that is just opposite of tan, that is equal to 1 by tan theta. So all the ratios are over now. This much only regarding the introduction of trigonometry. We have studied 6 ratios over here: sine, cosine, tangent, then cosecant, secant and cotangent. Its definition is very clear. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse for sine, adjacent side divided by hypotenuse for cosine, and opposite side divided by adjacent side for tangent. So according to the picture, it is AB by AC, it is BC by AC, and it is AB by BC. So cosecant, that is the inverse of sine, that is by 1 by sin theta we can write. If you will explain its definition, it is hypotenuse upon opposite side. That is why it is AC upon AB. So here some identities you are going to get. That is this one. What is that identities? What is that identities? Sine is equal to 1 by cosec. Sin theta is equal to 1 by cosec theta, and cos theta is equal to 1 by sec theta, and tan theta is equal to 1 by cot theta. 1 by cot theta. And some more definitions you can find out with the same thing. That is this one. Sin theta is equal to 1 by cos theta is equal to 1 by sec theta, and tan theta is equal to 1 by cot theta. There in the picture, once more I want to draw the same picture. This is that picture. Here B, here A, and here C. Then sin theta is equal to, this is theta, sin theta is equal to AB by AC, and cos theta is equal to BC by AC. Now if I will divide the sin theta and the cos theta, then what I will write? Sin theta divided by cos theta. So here the answer is AB by AC, the whole divided by BC by AC. This AC and AC you can cancel, and later on you are getting AB by BC. What is this AB by BC? AB by BC is tan theta. So the next identity you got, sin theta upon cos theta is equal to tan theta. This is the next identity. Now from here, you know 1 by cot theta is equal to tan theta. So cot theta will be 1 by tan theta. So cot theta also you can define. Cot theta is equal to 1 by tan theta, reciprocal of tan theta. So what is the reciprocal of tan theta by cos theta? That is cos theta by sin theta. Clear? So these are the ratios and identities of trigonometry. So here we are finding the first part. Then again we will study some more concepts regarding trigonometry in the next class. Thank you.